And we are live. Sorry I'm a minute or two late. I was over watching 3D Maker Noob. He was playing with the Alpha Wise. Oh, my camera's not crooked. Fix that. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, here we are with the Frowning in the City attic. Since there is no with the Frowning in the City attic. Oops. Can't have my own voice over that. What's up, guys? And let's pop out the chat. And we can make this whole window go away. And there's one tweet. Nobody wants in, so oh well. Nobody wants in here. Come on, we gotta get at least one more person, if not two. So it's kind of like fun in the country basement. But we're frowning in the city attic because we're missing the fun in the country basement. Anyway. I'm doing a hangout right now. You want to jump in? Send me a PM on Twitter and I'll send you the link. Do I even have you on Twitter? I know I do. Why don't I have you? Oh, because I'm spelling it wrong. There you are. Say, I know I have you on Twitter because I see your posts all the time and you're always doing stuff, message. And B. Go, man. You can jump in anytime you want. I just PM'd you on Twitched, on the Twit. I would just post it here, but I don't want to get it too crazy. I'd like to keep it 3 or 4 people, just so it doesn't get out of hand. Would like to keep it family friendly to some extent, in the same gist as Fun in the Country Basement normally is. And I'm hoping someone will do it next week because this is really kind of difficult time frame for me. Because in about an hour, I normally cook dinner for my parents. They're very regimented right now because of their health. So, yeah. But that's all right. 3D Maker Noob was just doing, actually, I think he's still streaming. He's got to come to the end now. He was streaming the AlphaWise U30 or whatever it is. Basically the Ender 3 copy clone. I kind of like it better from the looks of it. I mean, structurally, I think it looks better. I think it's a little better setup. Just layout, the way the power supply is. I mean, it's basically the same printer, but it just looks like they took a little more care in laying it out and setting it up. There's a couple of things I noticed as he was building it that I didn't like. I don't like the way they do the wires. I do like that they're using the automotive grade wire loom. It's far better material. There's a couple of reasons for it. It's the way if you use like the fiber wrap or any of those, when it bends at a joint. When you use, like, you can see it right here, I have the orange. And if I go over to here, I have all the purple, which you can't see on that. It bends the whole length. As long as you hold each end properly, when it moves, the whole tube bends. There's no one point of stress and flex, which that's better. But you have to hold it, and they're not. They're just bringing it up the wire. And wherever it ends, and then they plug in the wire. So the first thing I'd do with that AlphaWise is make some kind of holder for the wire loom So then you don't, stress relief wouldn't be necessary because the wire loom will be the stress relief. That makes sense. Anyway, anybody else here want to jump in to the chat? I don't even know how many people are here. Probably not very many. It says 5. Anybody on Twitter wanted to come in? Twitter. I'm gonna get some people in here. Need people in here besides just me. Besides just me. Can you guys hear the air conditioner running? I'm actually running it, even though it was nice outside. The Llamacore is actually printing right now. And you can see little Joseph Prussia zombie up here. Doesn't look like I'm pointing at him, but I am. Let's see. Let's make it. There you go. Little Joseph Prussia zombie escaping from his containment area. I'm actually printing another shelf just like that, and I'm going to design another zombie or download a zombie, or I think I'm going to do a couple of them around that thing. I have like little zombies escaping from their cages. So anyway, what's everybody else doing? Anybody else printing anything? I saw Chris Riley came in before I even started and started laughing at the name. Frowning in the city attic. I'm sure you all get the reference of that. Maybe, maybe not. I also printed this little thing, which is for my mother. It looks small and stupid. It's just a demo. I got to figure out how I'm going to mount it, but I wanted to make sure this fit. It's actually for our shower head. We have one of those, removable shower heads with the handle, and you can get it all on your back and everything. The problem is it attaches to the actual hose coming out of the wall, and then it's got the, attachment / break off / hanger for it all in one. Well, the problem is she's really, really short and she can't reach it. Got a couple tables to set up. Yeah, don't care. Come join the stream. Anyway, so what I did is I designed this little thing, and I got to figure out a way to mount it to the fiberglass. It's a hollow fiberglass shower. I don't know if you know what the difference is, but it's a full cast fiberglass shower enclosure, which means it's hollow behind it. So I can't just screw into it and have it hold because it'll just pull right out of the fiberglass. So I'm probably just going to use double-sided tape for now and just stick this on there. I do have to extend it a little bit because it's also got a shut-off valve on it, so she can, you can set the temperature of the water in the shower, shut the head off, but leave the water valves set so you can hit yourself, shut the valve off, have no water wasting, soap up, do whatever you want. With them, they both sit down. There's a stool in the shower. They sit down, they do their thing, use a washcloth, whatever, and then they turn the water back on and rinse off. And this will allow them to hang it up while sitting. I'm going to put it right here height so they can sit in the shower and get at the shower head and not just drop it on the floor, which is what they're doing now. What's up, RCCNC? Dude, I kept trying to get your Twittery account, and I never got your Twittery account name, handle, whatever it is. Is it just RCCNC? Do I even have you on there? Or do I have you already? Weren't we messaging before? I can't remember. My brain is so scrambled with all my life. But what's your Twitter handle there, RCCNC? RCCNC3D. Okay, that's an easy one. Me and B. No results, it said. I got no results. Facebook. Not on Twitter. I can do Facebook. I can do them both. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we were messaging on Facebook, weren't we? I knew I'd talked to you before. Come on. Of course, it's going to be a dog and a half right now. Are you RCCNC3D on... What is it on Twitter? Because I just typed in what you... I just copied and pasted and it came up with no reference. No results. No results. Let's see, you're Barry, huh? Is your real name. Many people. Yes, I noticed, because he's got the same gorilla-y Donkey Kong thing. Anyways. I know that's you. Cool. Copy. If you want to come join in the hangout, which would be totally awesome, there you go. I just Facebooked you. Message the hangout link. I did the underscore. I literally copied and pasted what you have here, and it's not on my Twitter-y thing. It came up as nothing. Watch. I'll even show you. Share. I go into Twitter and I do a search. Me and B. No results. No results. What's up, Jason? Okay, you can lurk friendly. As long as you stay friendly. We are keeping it family friendly today in the honor of I'm still screen sharing, aren't I? In the honor of fun in the country basement, even though we're frowning in the city attic. Let me try that. Copy. Paste. There we go. It says you've never tweeted. You have 7 followings. Oh, you're following 7 people. But you've never ever tweeted. That's why it won't search for you, because you've never ever tweeted. Never, ever, ever. Ever, never. Anyway, 3D printing. 3D printers not running. You know what? I can retape this. That was loud. Sorry. Is this the right size tape? Sure it is. But I think I got the darker blue over here, don't I? Yep. That's the same stuff. You know what? I'm going to redo the whole bed. Yeah, you know, I kind of went back and forth, and I'm finding I like Twitter more now than Facebook. It took me a while. I like the format of Facebook better. I like the 3D printing community of Twitter more. And that's all I really use Twitter for is 3D printing community and like 3D printing friends. I don't use it for personal stuff much. And I find it's better, and I'm going to need my glasses for this. put this one away. I can take this one out. Push the keyboard back. I think I can lean this thing down so you can sort of see what I'm doing. A little too much. Yeah, I use Facebook a lot. I was kind of anti-Facebook, and the reason I got into it, and I've only been, well, it's been a while now, but during Sandy, the hurricane, back, 5-6 years ago now, and I had it before that, but I never really used it. But during Sandy, our house got wiped. Not that it got hurt, but the area, I'm in the major devastation area, and we didn't have power for like 3 weeks. So I was constantly getting calls on my cell phone, killing the battery. I have a rather large family with everybody going, how you doing? How's everything going? Because, of course, I had my parents here. They were in better health then than they are now, but they were still old. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's calling, killing my cell phone because it's the only way to get a hold of me. So I said, screw it. Everybody calling me, just go on Facebook. And I'll post a couple times a day, how we're doing, what's going on, because you're killing my cell phone and I got no way to charge it. And the only time it works is if I go up the mountain towards Rocky Neck State Park and blah, blah, blah. I started using Facebook just as a daily post during the storm.
Hey,
He's
driving.
driving.
Okay or no?
Yeah, you're getting the feedback because you're letting the stream sound go through.
There, hang on. I can't really hear you too well. I'm about half hour from home. I'll probably just get home and then I'll ring in again. Yeah.
Cool. Works for me.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
Well, somebody's in here at some point. So it's not just me yakking my brain off, which I do all too well. Hey, that's not working. So anyways, you watch how I blue tape. If you've never used blue tape and you wonder why I think it's so easy and everyone else think it's so hard, it's this trick right here. If you look at it, I take it and I put my thumb in the back and then my 2 fingers like this and I curl it like this. It's curled. I don't know that you can see it, but then you just take this leading edge and it doesn't stick, but you bring it down, you drive it right into the other piece of tape, and then drop it down, and you'll always get a perfect seam between the two. You'll never get it left, and it'll be nice and tight like one solid piece. Now, it does when it heats up. The one thing about blue tape is it shrinks a little when it heats up, so the seam opens up a little bit. It's still, everyone thinks it's so hard to do, and it takes a little practice. That piece is too small. It does take a little practice. I mean, I do it pretty quickly because I did this for, I do construction, so I do this a lot. That's where I learned this from. I learned this from painters. But you just curl it up and drive the end in, lay it down, and it will always butt right in. You know what? I'll just use this short piece for this finish that I'll probably never use the part of. See this one longer. There it is. I'll never fill this build plate, especially on that printer. It is so simple to get blue tape to lay flat. And everyone's like, oh, it's always overlapping, and it's such a pain in the ass, and that's why I quit using blue tape, and they're so much better. And there is. I mean, I use PEI on that, on the llama core. Is this blade sharp? Probably not. This blade sharp. I found my other one of these. I keep losing these. I love these little knives. I keep losing them, and then I get a new one. And then, like, years later, I find it. I was literally doing laundry for my parents. And somehow one of my pair of sweatpants shorts was in my parents' laundry. And in the pocket was my other knife. And I haven't had it for, like, years. So somehow my sweatpants got mixed in with theirs, which I have a feeling my father took, because we quite often mix and match pants and clothes. We used to, not so much anymore. Kind of lost some weight, but we used to be about the same size. I was a lot skinnier and he was a lot fatter. Not no more. But anyway. And there you go. Brandy new blue tape applied. Doesn't take all that much work. And I'll tell you what. I'm too dang new to understand the types of communication. That's all right. See, it's nice. Got a couple of misses up here, but I never go that close to the end of the thing. But if you look, the seams are really tight, and it's really easy, and there's no overlap. And then you just... The other thing, everyone's like, oh, I use blue tape all the time, and I can never get it in to stick. Blue tape comes with a releasing agent, so it doesn't stick to itself. You want to just take a moist, and it literally, I put it on there and I squeeze it so it's not sopping wet, and you just wipe it over it. And that removes that release agent. When you'll actually feel it, it'll get like, there's like tackiness to it now. And boom, it's done. And that is that. I now have blue tape on my bed. On that one. Again, I'm using PEI on the Lamacore right there. It is printing another shelf. Oh, I didn't close my closet. Let me close my closet. I don't like my closet open. Closed. At least then I look somewhat organized. So what are you guys all doing? Anybody having any fun doing something exciting, 3D printing, holiday fun if you're in the States? The holiday weekend is almost over. I did send you a link, RCCNC. Are you still here? If you want to jump into the chat. So it's not difficult. All you need is a crappy webcam. Printing carbon fiber PETG parts. Cool. I'm not big on the carbon fiber. What's up, Mr. Buttram? You want to jump in the video? Please? I need somebody else to come in here. Home. Oops. Wrong thing. Wrong thing I'm doing. Doing the wrong thing. Copy. Message. I sent you a link, Mr. Buttram. Or the Hangout. Oh, come on. I need some backup. The humidity has dropped, and yet that freaking printer, I have to run the AC while it's running right now because it's like cooking my room. I got the ceiling fan on and the AC going, and it's still like just short of 80 degrees in here. The humidity is way down now. We're in the low 40s outside. Oh no, low 40s inside. And it's like 50 outside, which is still, considering it was 85% humidity yesterday. That's pretty darn good. I'm very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Is anyone out streaming right now? Which they shouldn't be, because that's why I did this, so we could keep the fun in the Kuntry Basement thing going. 3D printing noob, 3D maker noob is still streaming. Shown streaming. Come on, Shown. I told you I was gonna send him a link and everything. Oh well. Got Barnacles over there. Whatever. Yeah, Shom is too, which is whatever. I sent him a thing yesterday saying I was going to do it. I actually invited him in here. But it's all right. He likes to play his music and get a little fun, which is fine normally. I don't care. We've had fun before, but not today, which is probably why he didn't want to do it. Because he likes to just let loose, which is just fine. I like watching his stream sometimes. It's just funny. He's funny. I like Sean. Sean's a good guy. Anyway, so printing shelf there. And printing a shelf that looks like exactly the same as that shelf, which you can't see because the mic's in the way. That shelf. It's just going to be a black one. And I'm going to put another chain link fence on it, and I'm going to put another zombie in it. It's got a zombie in it. So it says zombie containment area with zombies. Zombie in there. That's a Joseph Prusa zombie, if I can get my finger to point correctly. It's kind of weird trying to do it because video is backwards and blah, blah, blah. So I think I want to do two more. Well, one more after this one, and then I'll have one up here. Come on. Up here, like right around there, and then put one down there. So it'll be like a stair step down on either side of the sign. So two on one side and one on the other. And then I'll have three zombies trying to escape their imprisonment. But Prusa zombie's already breaking free. If you watch on Twitter and on Facebook, I did a little video of him breaking free of his cage. It was kind of stupid, but it was funny. It was fun. And it was funny. I should have posted it here on YouTube, actually. Maybe I'll redo it. Anyway, so, and I did the little shower head. The other cool thing, if you look right here, the little 3D printed shelf that clips into my vent that holds the little stinky pot thing there, which works really well. You barely crack it open. If you look, I barely have it cracked open. Oh, you talking about the one that you spin it, the like pencil holder gear thing? that what you're talking about, Mr. Butcher? That Joel did like 20 of them in a row, all spinning. That is kind of cool. My iced coffee's almost gone. My iced coffee is gone. I got a Powerade. So, yeah. There is that. Go back to the printer. More interesting. Well, you really can't see it because, of course, the bar's right in the way. The PCB vise. Vice or vases? I thought you said vase. Oh, you're talking about that vise that you can hold. Oh, that thing is cool too. That's very cool also. Now I do know what you're talking about. Vice, not a vase. Look, my internet is blinking away. Blink, 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 blink. So, buttons. What else can I do? Keep the entertainment sound. Yes, vice, not base. Yes, I gathered that. I just read it wrong because I'm a terrible reader and speller and typer and all of that terrible stuff. Just terrible. The English language is not my primary language, and yet it is. I'm just bad at everything. There you go. I'm just bad at everything. I can 3D print somewhat okay. I can design a little better. I am going to start redoing this because the awesome Mr. RCCNC, I believe, was sending me a roll of Snow Labs. I think he said that. So I'm going to get that, and I'm going to start replacing all this Maker Geeks crap. So you can't really say it's crap. It actually has been working pretty well. What's pissing me off is you can actually see it if you look at that right there. That's a different color than that. And that's a different color than that. And I ordered 3 rolls of the same color at the same time. And I got all 3 rolls, and they were all 3 rolls different colors. Just slightly. I mean, they were all purple. But one was like transparent, one was semi-transparent, and one was solid. And they were different slight tones, too. I mean, they're all HDPLA. I annealed them, and they're, obviously, I tightened those belts up probably too tight. And they're holding without a problem. You're the man. You are the man. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. You should have said something, though. I didn't even think about it when you said you were going to do it. Because they gave me a discount code for it. Because they were going to, I talked to them before, and they're like, they help fund projects, and they're like, we do mostly just schools, we don't do it personal, but we will give you a discount code, and I could have given you the discount code too. It's not like a lot, it's like $5, but $5 is $5. Oh well. This is CNC about 10 years ago at a compound bow parts shop where they made the risers and some of the sights and a few other parts. Cool. Yeah, the black ants. I can't say that. Why can't I say that word? Amethyst. I can't. It just, my mouth's been rebuilt too many times. Cool purple. Yes, that stuff. Wow, they raised the price. No, they lowered the price. It used to be $29.99. Hey, did you at least get the Wolf Song? I already had the Wolf Song model. So if you paid for it, amethyst. I can't. My mouth's been rebuilt too many times. Anyway, I think so. You got to understand, all my teeth have been reset. I've knocked out every one of my front teeth. The whole right side of my face has been rebuilt. I've been beat up too many times. Anyway, it's awesome filament. I still have like a little bit of a roll left. Sure, I said it. Amethyst. Yeah, I'm amethyst or amethyst or amethyst. I think how I could just never. It still like hurts my mouth to say it. Lindsay Productions. Why does that sound really familiar? Is that like one of the online teaching things? I think yes. I actually used them like way back when I was using. That's the same one. They had a whole online course and a book for Kira, which was actually at that time Raid Union Designer. That's how long ago it was. We're talking like 90s, late 90s, I think it was. Can't remember. I am printing another Kruja zombie shelf, which was actually designed originally to hold butt wipes. These things. Just a smaller pack. For my parents. That's what I actually designed the shelf for. And then I decided it makes good zombie shelves. So I 3D printed a zombie shelf, and now I'm printing another zombie shelf, and I'm going to design another zombie and put him on a shelf to go with the other zombie on the shelf. And I'm going to have 3 of them, I think. I think I'm going to have 3 zombie shelves around the zombie containment area. So I'm printing another shelf in black this time. I think I'm going to have to design my own zombie, though. I think I'll have to either use Sculptress or, God, I keep trying to use ZBrush Core. It's just so complicated. It's just so much. I mean, it's super powerful. Everyone knocks on ZBrush Core. It's really not that far behind ZBrush. But they're both just, I mean, I was going to do the ZBrush license and try it for 3 months. Like $120. I'm glad I didn't because I don't have the money now. But I almost did it. And I'm looking at it and I'm just like, there's just too much time investment for me to figure it out. If I'm going to do that, I'll sit down and do Blender. Although ZBrush Core or ZBrush is definitely better than for what I would want it for. I shouldn't say it's better because Blender is awesome. I will always recommend somebody try Blender, even though I don't use it. I find it super complicated and just way out of hand. But anyone asking what to do for 3D modeling, I will always say at least try Blender. You're one of those people that gets it. It's good and powerful. I mean, look at Tanner. Tanner does freaking awesome stuff in it. I mean, you look at his Jeeps and his cars and his helicopters and all that crap he's doing. Holy moly's. And I've seen like even way above and beyond what he does in them. You know, Blender is just wicked powerful if you get it. It's one of those excuse me, and kind of get it. And the new version, I actually downloaded it and started playing with it. The new version is simpler, interface wise. So I think I'm going to give that a shot again. I did start playing with it. It kind of made more sense, but it's still like a weird starting. I don't know. The other one to try, people don't know it's there. It's wicked old, and it's still, even today, a super powerful program if it'll run on your computer. It is wicked old, which is the problem. And it's written in old code or whatever. So some computers don't like it, but Hexagon. If you want to start playing in 3D printing and 3D modeling, I should say, Hexagon is a really good program. I used to use it a lot. I did a lot in Hexagon back in the day when it first came out. And believe it or not, Daz 3D owns it, which I'm not a big fan of Daz 3D because they don't let anybody know anything. They just do stuff and hide it, and then 2 or 3 years later, they're like, "Oh, here." But they did just do an update on it to make it run on more stably. They changed some of the interface, just very minor little things. But that's very much like Blender, but a way better interface, way simpler to use. But it's the same style of modeling, push pull. Not you're actually working with the polygons and stuff. You're not just drawing on it. Yeah, I use Fusion for almost everything too. I use Fusion for all my mechanical. I've played with the whatever they call it now. They've changed the name of it so many times. I used to call it sculpting. Really not sculpting, but it's not the most intuitive in organic forms. So I'm going to do organic. It's definitely like ZBrush or Sculptress or Blender or any of those do it better than Fusion. I'm pretty good at modeling basic in Fusion. I've yet to even dabble in all the like sheet metal and all those other things. I just have zero interest in any of that. Yes, Sculptress. Sculptress is awesome. Sculptress is just fun. You can just take Sculptress, open it up. It's better if you have a pen tablet, one of those. I have one down here. I'm not going to dig it out because it's all caught up in the wires. But, you take the pen and draw. But you can easily do it with a mouse. And it's just fun. I mean, it's just stupid fun. You take a ball and you just start drawing on it. And, you make ears and nose and whatever you want to do. Matter of fact, I might start using it in a bit and start doing a zombie in it in a few minutes. Do I even have it downloaded? Might not. I don't think I do. I have ZBrush Core. Well, what's up with that? I haven't downloaded it since I redid my computer. Let us. We will have to share screen. Share the entire screen. Why not? I got nothing to hide. Let's go get Sculptress again. I think they just did an update on it too, like not that long ago. I was gonna kill it about 5:30. Normally, Fun in the Country Basement is 4 to 6, but I usually feed my parents at 5 o'clock. So at 5:30, I'm gonna start cooking, so they're not gonna be fed until 6. I could wait until 6, but I don't know. If I can get somebody else to jump in here. Oh yeah, click agree. I agree. You guys are awesome. I agree. Oh crap, I gotta do all that again. Hobbyist, yes. Come on, just let me get it. Stop. Download sculptures for Mac. Okay, I clicked on it. How come it's not downloading? There it goes. Oh, God. Oh, wrong button. Open. I said open. Yes, I know it's not optimized for the new Macs. It'll still work. This is probably going to take a little while because where I'm streaming, it's probably logging. My resources. Don't care about the documentation. Finish. Yes, I know Sculptris is not optimized for my Mac. I don't care. I love it. It's awesome. Just draw. Make a frowny face. Flatten it out a little here. Out a little there. Let's indent, but invert it so it's an indent. Let's make the size a little smaller. Stove it in a little. Stove it in a little. Let's pinch this. That's too much of a pinch, and I got it inverted like a dumbass. Make a nice sharp lip. A sharp upper lip. Pinch this a little. I love this app. What's the difference between watching here or Hangouts or something else? Watching here, you're just watching. You jump into Hangouts, you're part of the video. You have a webcam and you broadcast with me. You actually get to be part of the conversation. We get to talk to each other in real time. That's what Hangouts does. Hangouts, I'm in a Hangout right now by myself, hoping someone else will jump in. If you have a webcam, I will give you the Hangout location. All you need is a webcam. Doesn't even need to be anything special. Just needs to be on and plugged in. Your browser, it'll just go to your web browser, and your web browser will automatically detect the camera and say, would you like to use this camera? And you say yes, and then you point the camera at yourself and you start yik-yakking, and it comes over on the live stream. Do my little news. I think he needs a little goatee too, huh? What do you think? Give him a little goatee. Size down. Converted, so stove in a little. The eye here, make it all saggy like. Smooth it out so it's not all goofy right here. Smooth that out. I think we want to push this out a little more. Yeah, Sculptors is very much like working with clay. And the good thing is I'm doing this, I'm live streaming, and I'm using Sculptors all on a Mac Mini. And it's an old Mac Mini. I mean, you can see this is doing it in real time without a glitch. So it's not like really heavy usage on the computer.
There, I'm back here now.
Oh, look, there's someone else here.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm at home here, but Mike, can you hear me okay here now?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
A little tinny, but not terrible.
Yeah, I'm just in my basement on my laptop camera.
Oh, no,
here.
can't be in the basement. This is an attic stream. No.
I'm in the country too. So.
No, we're in the city attic. Frowning
Yeah.
in the city attic.
Yeah.
No country basements.
I'll just show you this here. Check this out. I had a print going while I was away. That's what I came home to. I don't know if you can see that very well.
Can't see it. I'm going to lock it on you.
I got plastic everywhere. Anyways.
Put that back there. Do it again. I'm going to present to you.
Yeah, so I have that.
All right.
And I got that. So I got right. That's all over the heat block, all over the silicone sock. Yeah.
So awesome. Spaghetti dinner, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just got to heat up my hot end and.
You know what actually works really well for that, dude? It's so simple. Heat it up. Take some paper towel, just regular old paper towel, layer it up nice and thick in your hand, heat that thing up, and just wipe it off. Like 90% of that plastic will pop right off without pulling, pushing.
Yeah.
Because you got a silicone sock, right?
The trouble is I got it. I can see it's all around the thermistor and everything. So.
Yeah, well, that's why you use the paper towel, because if you heat it up, it'll pop most of it right off.
Yeah.
It may take the sock off with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be careful. Well, if the sock comes off, it might pull on the thermistor if the wire's going through it.
Yeah.
I mean, thermistors are cheap. I don't know if you got a spare.
Yeah, I got a couple spares. I just messed around with that soldering a bunch of crap on there.
Yeah, I don't solder them. I always make a plug-in. I actually have both of my printers, all three of my printers now, set up. So if I want to change like my nozzle size, I don't change the nozzle. I change everything. I got an extra heat block, heater core, thermistor, and heat brake. And I just pop the heat brake out, slap a new one in, tighten it up, adjust the your bed height because you never get it exactly.
You're make yourself a tool changer now then.
And then you just switch them out.
Just do it with a tool changer now. Set yourself up with something on a magnet. You can just pop it off and pop it on and reconnect.
Yeah, that would be even better, but that's a little out of my price range.
Yeah.
What is that, an ender?
I got my ender sitting here. And I had to take everything apart because we went camping, so I took my tables. And so I don't know, my whole space is destroyed here, but this is a CR10. And then my ender's sitting in there. So, but yeah, I thought in the last year in the fall, I thought I'd get away with grabbing the tables from the camper, set all my printers and everything on. And then 2 weeks ago, and my wife was like, no, you can't buy new tables for the camper. So I took everything apart, and then while we were camping, she's like, yeah, I guess you could probably get some tables for your thing. So I got everything taken apart already, but yeah. So
Cool.
That's all right. Give me a chance to clean everything, I guess.
You want to jump into the chat here, Robert?
Man, have I got a mess here.
I will send you a link to the Hangout if you want to jump in there, Robert. Be good to have. Whoops. I just hit reload. Hopefully it wasn't anything important. Nope, it wasn't. No, I don't need to keep that. So, yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm wrapped right around my thermistor wire here.
Yeah, like I said, I found, I mean, if you have to, you got to go at it with needle nose or something. Looks like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Can't really see what you're doing over there in the white box.
That's what I just took off there.
That's off the hot end?
Yeah.
Cool.
About 4 hours of printing probably before I noticed it, because I was away all weekend, so I was just looking through that printoid, and I started a print, and then I checked it just before I went to bed, and I saw it was dragging the print around, so I knew I had a mess to come home to.
That bites. Oh, well.
Yeah,
Welcome to the high tech of 3D printing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. What are you printing?
Another zombie shelf.
Oh, yeah.
For another zombie. I haven't decided what zombie yet, but I think I'm going to put 3 shelves of zombies around the zombie containment side.
Yeah. You tried that Plants vs. Zombies one yet?
Blondes versus zombies? No.
Yeah, that model. I think that's a pretty cool looking model. I don't know.
I don't even know what blondes versus zombies is.
It's just a game.
Oh.
Mobile, like a phone game that came out a while back. But just the model itself is cool.
Really?
Yeah. I think you were looking at it there the other day, but
probably. I'm more of a, I don't often print other people's stuff unless it's like easier. Or
the same way.
Like the Pooja zombie, you got to print a Pooja zombie.
Yeah. I don't do a lot of like the knick-knack stuff, or I don't know, more of a practical print kind of guy, I guess.
Yeah, I generally am. I kind of go back and forth.
It's a tool for me. I don't know, when it's, I don't know, somebody's got a really cool thing, or if it's somebody that's selling a model or whatever, I'll buy it and print it. But
yeah, and there's I do a lot of vasing too. I don't know why I like vases, especially when I can do something cool with it. But I always box them up. I just actually sent off a box to Florida. I got a friend in Florida. She takes all my, my shelf gets overloaded with crap and I don't want it around no more. Instead of just throwing it out, I just ship it off to her.
Yeah.
She takes it and she keeps whatever she wants, and then she hands it out to her friends down there.
Yeah. I find the kids like that kind of stuff, and if it gets broken, I'm not super concerned about it then.
Yeah. I sent one to do her in March, and they just this past week, admitted they lost it. 3 months later. And they're like, oh, we're sorry, but it wasn't insured. We can't pay you back for it. It's like, I don't want the money for the material. All I want is the $18 freaking I spent for you to deliver a box, which you did not deliver.
Yeah.
I don't care about the crap that was in the box. It was just junk. I mean, there was stuff in there. There were some nice prints in there, but whatever. It's just, But I want my $18 back for paying to have you ship something you didn't ship. That's all.
Over Christmas time, Canada Post, like our USPS, they were on strike, and I shipped a bunch of stuff to my brother-in-law, some like D&D models he wanted for his friends. And he said he never got them, and we figured it was because of the strike and crap got lost. And here, we own a pharmacy in town, so my wife, she works there, so we just ship everything there. Well, she took it there, and she was cleaning her office the other day, and she found a box of these models I'd sent. So, anyways, he got them, but we told him that the mail probably got lost, and we never actually shipped them.
Oh. Yeah, see, I actually did ship it. I got that's the thing is I always get the tracking number and everything.
Yeah.
I punch in the tracking number, and it's been sitting in, I don't know, Gainesville, Florida for 3 months. Heading to its next destination.
Yeah.
Marathon, it's supposed to go down to Marathon. She lives in the Keys. It's supposed to go down to Marathon Key, and it never made it there 3 months later.
This is a thing. This is what I modeled here over the weekend. Just a Q-tip holder for someone's medicine cabinet. It's nothing fancy, but it comes apart. And this is just the test I printed, but I got to make the top thicker because it didn't last. The bottom's good.
This thing is screaming hot.
What's that, build plate or what?
Yeah, I just took the plate off.
Yeah.
Okay, why am I missing a printer? It's got to be too small.
I should pull the YouTube chat up here.
Yeah, no one said anything since Robert Reynolds showed up. I don't know if they all just disappeared or what. There's no chat happening. Nobody's chatting in chat.
I'll pull it up.
There was a day I had never streamed before. There's a first time for everything, Robert. Right? It's not like it's hard. I send you the link if you want. Actually, you're on Facebook. I know you are. And I send you the link. As long as you got a camera hooked into your computer, your web browser will come up and say, hey, do you want to use this camera for streaming on the Hangout? And you just click yes, and it'll automatically punch up the camera, and you'll come in and it'll say, enter the Hangout. And that's literally how hard it is.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. This is the second live stream I've been on. So usually I've been on Ryan Buttram's there, and that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, setting it up the first time can be weird, but
yeah.
I will send you a link. I got you on Facebook. I know I do. Building a printer. Yeah, but I want you to stream building your printer. We want to see you building that because that's supposed to be a really nice printer you're building. If I remember correctly there, Mr. RCCNC. Facebook. I go into Facebook. I'm pretty sure Robert Reynolds is in here somewhere.
Man, have I got the master. Jeez.
Here we go.
Can you still hear me okay when I'm over here?
Yeah, it's a little weak, but it's not terrible. I can hear you. I have to add friend and then send you a message and post it in there. I think that's still it. Yep. Sent on Facebook there, Mr. Robert Reynolds. In Messenger on Facebook. Here's my shelf. That freaking printer. I've got a 0.8 nozzle on that thing.
On which one?
On the Big Core XY.
Oh, yeah.
I just printed this with a 0.8 nozzle at 0.3 layer height. That's pretty darn nice.
Was that a bracket or what?
Huh?
A shelf or what?
Yeah, it's a shelf for the. I actually designed this to hold for my parents to hold the wet wipes for their butt They're both old and taking all their drugs, and their butts are always sore from pooping. So they use the flushable wipes.
Yeah.
That's what I originally designed it for. And then I looked at it after I put it in their bathroom. I looked at it and said, that'll hold my little zombies. So I'm going to print some zombies and build another chain link fence. Print another chain link fence, I should say. I mean, it's not perfect. You can see the lines there. See them now? You see them? There you go. You can see the lines. But at 0.3 layer height.
I just did my easiest design for somebody last night. Somebody asked me for, so there's that Q-tip holder I just made.
Yeah.
Same guy wants an extra shelf in his medicine cabinet. So it's a 12 by 3.5 by 1/2 inch, like cube rectangle. That's it.
Why don't you just use a piece of wood?
Yeah, it's like took me about 30 seconds to design in Fusion.
Yeah, but you could just use a piece of wood or glass.
Yeah, exactly. This is like I live in a tiny town in like the most redneck part of Canada, and
right, you're in Canada. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, and it's like nope. Like you say 3D printer here, and people's faces go blank. Like they have no idea. But this guy is a carpenter, like contractor in town, and like he gets it. Like he gets that you can make anything. Like you can, I don't know.
Just about anything. You can't say you can make anything, but just about anything.
Yeah, like, but he, like, I guess he gets it though. I guess you know what I mean. Like he's given me a few things to make for him that I've been just like I don't know how the hell I'm going to design that, but I figured it out eventually. But stuff that he could never buy or he could never, source or build himself out of wood or whatever. So it's been pretty good.
You know what? Actually, print better than you can make if he does carpentry. Two things you can actually make really well on a 3D printer, and I think I've got a couple that are better than anything I've bought. Feather boards and push sticks for the table saw.
Oh yeah. I guess you could design them exactly how you want them.
You don't even have to design them. There's like 20 million of them on Thingiverse and Factory, and I mean, you can design your own. Like I designed one for my old boss that had like the logo and the company name on it and everything. Big whoopee. Yeah. But for someone like that would be a big cool thing on the push stick. And the feather boards, because feather boards wear out and break and crap anyways.
Well, here, I'll show you this. I've posted this before. I don't know if you watch Community Catch-Up at all, or I guess I've seen you on there sometimes. But this tape dispenser thing here, can you see that at all or not really?
Yeah, I can see it, sort of.
Yeah, so this thing here was originally, he's the one that actually commissioned that for me, and he uses it to, he rolls out paper rolls, like 2-foot wide paper rolls, and he rolls them across the floor, and then he needed something that he could just pull tape on, and he had something he built with dowels or whatever.
You mean for like rosin paper for protecting the floor and crap?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And so now I'm making him a thing. So same, he's got something that he's unrolling these big spools of paper with, but I've just got a way better solution. Like I'm just going to take a dowel, put 2 bearings on it, and then build a spring-loaded piece of plastic that holds the I don't know, let's call it like a Christmas decoration paper, like wrapping paper or whatever, similar to that. So it'll just slip on there and hold it tight, and you can pull it off.
Yeah,
that's something you can never go out and just buy. Like It's not a product, so. But yeah, so it's kind of nice having a guy that understands, like what's possible. I guess I do. A ton of people just ask for like name tags or luggage tags or that kind of stuff. I do a lot of that, but which is fine.
Dude, you changed your name.
It's not quite as exciting as designing.
You freaked me out there. I wouldn't even know except for I know the logo, your little avatar.
What's that?
3D Maker Vince or 3D Vince or whatever he used to be. He's Vince Simpkins now. I'm pretty sure that looks like his little logo-y avatar.
Yeah.
Right, Vince? Am I wrong? Or do you have like multiple accounts like I do? I think I have 5 different YouTube accounts. Oh, wrong account? You're on the wrong account, or we're talking with you? I'm wrong and you're not the same person. Or you just signed into the wrong account. Right person, wrong account. Correct? It looks like the same logo. Avatar. It's hard to see. Tiny. Anyway, so did you get that plastic all cleared off there, man?
Yep, got the sock back in business. Try that.
Yeah.
I've got
Robert here, Florida.
I ordered one of those Wham Bam flex plates for this.
Yeah.
We were having that 20% off sale.
I'm getting one for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They I don't know if you saw my little video on the TH3D one.
Yeah.
Magnet.
Yeah, I saw that.
If you saw the Twitter feed when I mentioned it, the two of them I guess don't get along so well. They were starting to have a Twitter battle. And I said,
and Wham Bam.
Yeah, TH3D and Wham Bam, because they both keep knocking each other. Anyways, I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. But Wham Bam says, well, we'll send you one and do a true comparison.
Oh, well, that's
all right.
Yeah.
I think TH3D is going to send me the actual, because all I bought from TH3D was the magnet using my plates. And they're like, no, you want to use our plates because they're a little more flexible. But I think they're going to
send your plate better. Like, I would think a more rigid plate would be better. I don't know.
Well, it depends. I mean, the stuff I'm using, the problem with it is it is more rigid, but it's not spring steel. So if you flex it a number of times,
it'll fold or whatever. Or it'll kink.
Well, it just stays in the shape, which I can just flex it. I mean, it's regular sheet metal. You can hold it. Where spring steel will always spring back to its normal. And they're usually a little more. The magnet will pull it down. Where this being, like I guess it's 20 mil or 16 mil galvanized high iron steel. If I crank on this a lot, it'll just stay in the round shape.
Yeah.
There's no spring to it.
But I mean, you don't really need to bring it a whole bunch to get the parts to pop off either.
No, you don't. I mean, that's enough usually.
Yeah.
There he is. We got a live person. No audio. Oh, we just lost him again.
I just see an avatar.
Yeah. Well, he came up. There he is. You got to have your mic on, dude, so your picture shows up. Otherwise, it just goes to your avatar. This thing actually keys by you making noise. If you watch it, automatically flips back and forth between us. It does it by audio. Yeah, the Wham Bam looks nice. The magnet, all I have is from TH3D is the magnet. Yeah. The magnet it's actually, when I first got it, I almost didn't put it on. I almost literally sent it back because I thought it was going to be too damn weak. Now that it's on there and laying flat and supported by the aluminum underneath it, it's actually stronger than I thought.
Yeah, it looks okay. I don't know, from your video there. I
mean, it's okay. I think the Wham Bam, if you watch anyone doing the Wham Bam, like when they go to drop the plate,
it hammers. It hammers.
Yeah, it like grabs onto their sheet.
Well, yeah. The only thing what I'm kind of worried about with it is I print on glass with no tape, no glue, no hairspray, which is part of the problem. I get sometimes I get a failure like I did yesterday. Right. But it's like when it cools, I just the parts fall off. Like there's no adhesion at all. And I'm worried with the Wham Bam that it's gonna stick too well. But
well, the Wham Bam, the PEX or PEI, PEX and PEI are basically the same material. It's a different combination, but it's it's pretty much the same stuff when you get right down to it.
Yeah.
They do the same thing. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah, it essentially releases, right?
When I popped it off of here, when it was hot, you can't. Well, actually, you can right. You see it right here, right around here.
Yeah.
And right here, I actually tried popping one off when it was hot, and it literally started pulling the PEX sheet off the aluminum. The minute it cooled, you just brush it off.
Oh yeah.
And it's awesome. The problem is, and that's why I prefer actually blue tape. If you get a failure and you have a printer with fail resume, with glass or with PEX or with PEI, if it cools down and the power comes on and it starts resuming, it's just going to drag it around. Where the blue tape holds. The blue tape actually holds better cold than it does hot.
Yeah, I've got a UPS on both my printers, and I have a standby generator, auto start, auto switch. So
you're fine.
Yeah, like my power, if it goes out, it's out for a minute, and by the time a minute's gone by, my generator starts, even if I'm not home.
Yeah, which won't be a problem because it won't cool down enough to release it in that time.
But I completely understand what you're saying. Like I don't know. When I was printing this helmet, like this helmet here was I don't know, like a 7-day print or 8-day print or something.
Yeah, it is.
And it was like I just had my fingers crossed that nothing would happen. Like, I don't know. Pretty nerve-wracking when you're doing something like that. Like single print, single piece.
All right, we sort of got you there, Robert. You just got your avatar again, but you keyed up. Your mic was working. Robert's trying to connect. He's trying to figure this out. It's actually pretty simple.
What do I got?
Here. You see my screen now, Mike or Robert? Hang on, present to everyone. All right, see how you should have this same screen with all of this right here in your Hangout. You you can mute your mic or you can turn your camera on and off. You can also go into your settings here and set all your settings. Make sure you have your webcam here in your settings selected. Make sure you have a mic selected, preferably one close to you. I notice your camera was way off in the corner. You may want a mic closer so it keys on and off to your voice properly. And other than that, you're set. I mean, you basically have it. You just got to get it fine-tuned. What's up, Carl? You want to jump in, buddy?
Got to pull the chat back up.
Mr. Knack 3D Designs, Mr. Carl, Mr. White Knight is here.
Yeah. Hey, Carl.
Carly Simons. White Knight Carlston. How's that? There he is. All right, we got video. Speak. You're not getting any audio out. You must have you don't have it muted. You just don't have one selected because I'd see a muted icon on the screen if you were muted. So you don't have a mic selected yet. How to get a hold of Carl? Let's see. I have Carl on Twitter, don't I? I can't message you on Twitter. You've got your little messengers. I can't message you on Twitter. Either you're not following me or you have messaging shut off on Twitter, Twit. so I can't send you a tweet. I can send you a message on Twitter. So you either have to follow me or send me a message, and then I can respond to your message. You're almost there, Robert. We got good video. I see your face and the door open behind you, and something looks like it's falling in the door, and almost looks like a chop box behind you. Reload. Message. Now I can. I believe it's still my pasty thing. Yep, send. Yeah, I thought you were. You responded to my stuff. I know, I had to do that. They did their whole, if you haven't responded to their tweets or something in a while, it deleted your followings, or they did that like 6 months ago. I had to re-up everybody's.
You guys use that unfollow bot at all?
Huh?
That unfollow bot?
Unfollow block?
Yeah, it's like on Twitter. So I follow this. It's called the unfollow bug bot or something, and it sends you a message if you unfollow somebody. And it's worked a few times. Like, I don't know, like Twitter will just automatically unfollow you, like you said, but it automatically sends you a message if that happens. So then you can just refollow them right away.
Oh, I got you. So if Twitter does the auto unfollow,
Yeah,
they were trying to clean out house basically.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So anything you didn't respond to or view in like a year's time, they automatically took away your following.
Yeah, so that prevents that, or at least it notifies you when that happens.
There's Carl. We still don't have audio for you, Robert. You're clear. Your video looks good. Hey, Robert, I'm going to share my screen. This is what you got to do. You have this hangout window just like I have. Shake your head up and down if you can see it. You have this same window, Robert? Nod. I can't hear you, so you got to nod. Yes, you have that. Okay, right here. See this gear right here? You click on it. Make sure your mic, you get the little mic here. Make sure you have a working mic selected. And then hit save. And that'll kick you over. The only thing you're missing is a mic. You're working fine. What's up, Carl?
Not much. How's my audio?
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Clear.
So let me show you what I got almost finished.
When are you building another freaking monster printer or something? He's telling us all about something he's almost finished, and then he just disappears into the background and never to be seen again. The ghost of Carl.
Sorry, it's so big I have to keep it in another room.
Oh, that's the Lord. I saw that.
It's literally longer than the space right here.
Yeah, I saw that.
Finally got both halves all glued together.
What'd you use to glue it?
A couple things.
Multiple bottles.
I used some glue and I used same stuff. The glue kept drying on me too fast, so I kind of used it to fill in some of the spots where it, lifted just a little bit. And then the same stuff works really good at wicking. So once I clamped it together, I just run in clamps down the edge and wicking the same stuff in along the edge. Now I just got to go back and sand a little bit and put some.
Never heard
Have you weighed it yet?
What's that?
Have you weighed it yet?
No. Let me go grab a scale. I wonder if my little food grade scales can handle this.
Talk,
thing.
Robert. Your mic just keyed on and off, so you might be there. Speak, Robert. Speak.
I doubt this thing can handle it, but we'll give it a shot.
Well, that thing's so big, dude. You just weigh yourself, pick it up, and then weigh yourself again, and that's how much it is. Use a regular everyday scale that you stand on. I'm sure that thing. How many kilos of plastic do you go through? Do you have a mic plugged in there, Robert?
Let's see.
Make sure it's actually plugged in.
Darn readout.
Your actual, almost every computer in the world has a built-in mic, so you could always just
219.6. I'm on the wrong unit.
220 pounds.
No, I don't think so. He was carrying it a little too easily for that much weight.
13 pounds, 12 ounces.
14 pounds, 12 ounces.
13.
That's a big baby.
Yeah. And that's without paint. It'll be 14 pounds once I got filler and paint on it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem I got is having space to work on it. The only room I've got with enough room does not have the best lighting right now.
Yeah. Does that fit in your vehicle?
Yeah, it'll fit. I've had it out to print. I had half of it out to printed solid. I'm hoping to have it sanded down and maybe some primer on it before they have their little barbecue yard sale type thing on the 20th.
Yeah.
Take it down and let everybody see it. But
How is it for? I was thinking about it when you showed it there, or at least half of it. But how is it for strength? Because you'd be weak on the 45, right? Like layer lines.
well, it's stronger on the 45 than it would be if it was 90. Because if this was done on a 90 and I went like this, it would have snapped.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess your 45 is opposite now, right? That you've glued them together.
Yeah, I've got 145 coming this way, one going that way.
Yeah, so it's got to be as strong as anything there now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can get it at an angle to where the camera can see. I mean, I can make it wobble a little bit, but it's so
it's a lot of flex.
That's pretty daring.
well, it's 8 feet 4 inches long. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing is
I'm pretty sure if it was made out of aluminum and I did this, it would still flex like that.
Yeah, or 2x4, whatever.
I probably would have designed it so you could put like an aluminum pipe or something inside of it just to rigid it up a little bit.
I thought about it and I wanted to prove I could print it hollow.
There's that. And you did.
Yeah. And not to mention, imagine if it had a pipe in it, it'd be all 20 pounds.
No,
Yeah.
you just get a thin aluminum.
I'm like, I could sit here and get my workout just lifting this thing. It's like it weighs more than a beer, it weighs too much.
Robert, what webcam were you using?
Let me go put this thing away before I bump into something or step on it.
I'm like 4 feet short of a USB extension to be able to put my printer in a different spot here.
I say, what the hell are you doing in your ceiling?
I'm running. Well, I used to have the printers sitting next to each other, but I'm sort of trying to rearrange things because I didn't like how it was before. I like my printers across from each other. I've got 2 cameras on each printer, and this way I figure I can point them so that I can see like across the way too. Sometimes it's nice having a wider angle on them. So I figure I'll be able to, if I set them up right, I should be able to see each printer with 3 cameras.
Cool.
It's just, I don't know. I'm away from home lots. Like I'm always working, so I like to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Ugh. Got to get me a green screen, I think. I get too much junk behind me.
Yeah, I kind of need that too, but
Yeah, I look like I'm working in a garbage dump, so don't worry about that.
who cares? We're makers. It's maker space.
Yeah.
This is actually pretty clean for me.
And we're in the middle.
So the bed just got, cleaned up. This has all been new clean sheets.
Yeah.
Not that anyone gives a crap.
Well, we're selling our house here too and moving back to the city. And I don't know. We've had our house for sale for a year though, so that's how it goes in small towns here. But we're in the middle of packing everything kind of that we don't really need.
But you just love that with those ceiling tiles. You lift one to get the other one down, and then that one won't go down, so you gotta lift the other one next to it.
Yeah.
It's like a puzzle piece. You know what you do is you grab the track and just roll it in your hand.
Yeah.
Free.
I deal with them at work a little bit, but
I deal with them a lot. Used to. No more.
You're a contractor, eh?
I used to be.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm 100% elderly health care provider for my parents, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Assisted living.
That's noble work too.
I guess. Doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay very well. Oh, boy.
No.
I'm used to actually having money, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
This is my prime season normally.
Yeah, Vince. I found one on Amazon for like $20. I just got to get it ordered.
Dude, just take a cardboard box, big cardboard box, sheet of cardboard, and go out and get the spray paint. It's cheaper.
I don't know. That's more work. Like $20 for a green screen that'll go from
Oh,
wall
they're
to
that
wall.
cheaper? Last time, I haven't looked at one in like 10 years. They used to be like $100, $150.
Oh no! If look on my Amazon wish list, it's like $20 or $30, and it's like 10 foot by 30 foot or something like that. It's big enough I should be able to easily run it the full width behind me here and turn the whole wall behind me into a green screen.
Well, that would be all right. It's 5:30 already. I didn't realize it was so late.
I'm just sitting here thinking how cool it would be the next time I do a long print on the White Knight, have the green screen out here and have like a black hole or starscape running the whole time, so it looks like it's printing off into outer space and into infinity.
Yeah. You got to be careful about uploading video with the green screen on there, though.
Oh, make sure it's covered over.
Or you'll have Tom making dance videos of you or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't put the green screen up unless I'm going to be covering it with something, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people make that mistake.
Oh, well, put the green screen in, and then someone takes the video and takes their green screen and puts something behind them.
Well, like right now, this stream, if I just had the green screen hanging here and I didn't have the presence to run OBS and block it out with something else behind me, you could have way too much fun having me like laying on a beach somewhere. Or,
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never stream with the green screen not doing its job.
Yeah. You never stream with your green screen green.
I figure when I put it up, I'll probably either put some Velcro straps so I can strap it to the ceiling, or I'll just put snaps all the way across and put snaps in it so I can snap it across the wall there.
Or just hang a rod and put curtain hooks on it. Just make it like a sliding curtain. That's what I was going to do here, and I just never bothered.
I forget, I was watching some show. The guy didn't realize it because when he sat and he looked at the camera, the shirt he had on didn't go green screen, but it's because he had some funky logo or something on it. The minute he'd turn sideways, it would pick it up as chroma green, and his body would disappear from the neck down.
Yeah, I've seen
He'd be sitting there talking and his body disappear. He'd turn back front and his body would reappear. Everybody had way too much fun playing with that video.
Yeah.
Yes, Robert. OBS could be overriding your mic. You have to go into your system too. I don't know if you're using a Mac or a PC. I know on the Mac you have to assign the mic in the system first before it'll let you port it out.
Well, if he's got,
I don't think that's a problem in the PC.
if he's got OBS Studio up, it takes over the mic. He can't run OBS Studio and Google Hangouts at the same time. He's got to run the virtual mic so Google will let it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just let the web browser do it all. Don't even bother with OBS or any of that crap when you're doing Hangouts, at least. I mean, I know people do, but it's more of a pain in the butt to me. That is just a processor hog.
Yeah, if you don't have OBS virtual, like the whole virtual cam and everything else set up, OBS kills everything.
Either of you guys do any airbrushing at all?
I used to like 100 years ago.
I bought that $70 Harbor Freight starter kit after Murph last year, talking with broke ass Wonder Woman that I needed to start airbrushing my stuff when she saw my blasters on Star-Lord, and it's still in the box. Haven't touched it. Haven't found time to play with it.
Yeah, I got. We have a Princess Auto here. I don't know. It's like I don't know, discount or surplus hardware type or art agricultural store kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a $19 Canadian airbrush I bought months ago, and it was terrible. So I wanted to get into it, and I got something a little better online. And I got a great big air compressor in my garage, but I'd fill like a portable tank, basically bring it in and use that for the airbrush, but there's no regulator or anything on it. So
all right, let's get Robert hooked up here. What's the issue? Speak, Robert. All right, he still doesn't have a mic. Do you have OBS running? Or did you shut it off? Shut OBS off and just let the web browser do it all.
I like 3D Medic Vince's suggestion if I get my green screen.
Oh, but put Chris Riley's basement in the background?
Do a screen grab of his whole background and figure out a way to make the table too. And
why? It's pretty much the same thing as yours.
It's very close, yes.
Although you can always have it where you have like Chris Riley in there and you're like standing next to him. That would be a cool screen grab. It's like, look, Chris Riley's with me. He just never moves. Or Walter, or that's what we should do. We should do screen grabs and green screens and have fun in a country basement in the background for the next month while we're doing this. You are so close, Robert. So very close. You just have to get that mic set up.
I think if I had a green screen, I'd have to figure out a way to make a pocket in it so I could beat Chris Riley into being in a life-size benchy. Just do put a benchy on the green screen and make it so I can step up through it and use like one of my failed prints of the Thanos blade as a paddle.
Yeah. Okay. Or you could just leave the background you got, which looks like everybody else's basement, and the basement streams and people are basementy, and we have an awful lot of basements considering we're supposed to be in the attic.
yeah, I don't think I could fit in my attic.
Well, I kept telling Walter I could fill in any time. He was missing the basement segment of Fun in the Country Basement.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping
most Canadians don't have an attic that you can work in.
I was hoping Chris would pop in because he was in the chat before I even started the stream, and he was laughing at it. He's like, "Oh, it's funny." Running in the city attic. Hey, Mr. Lightspeed, what is up, dude?
did you see I finally did some work in Fusion?
No. I kept trying to catch it, but with my life,
I made a hinge.
Yeah.
hinge. Hey, you got to start somewhere, dude.
I made a hinge, and I even and I figured out how to animate it, and I recorded that. Now I did all that with OBS Studio, and someone said, you could have recorded that in Fusion. I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but
What? Oh, record directly in Fusion?
yeah.
I don't know how to do that either.
You download their little plugin, and it takes like 2 seconds, and then there's a little icon-y thing on the side, and you say record.
I'll have to find that.
It's a plugin you got to download for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing around. Everybody 3D Gusner and a bunch. I wish I could remember everybody else, but and a bunch of other people converted all the STLs for the White Knight. So I've been going through fixing what little errors I find in them, and it's not much, but stuff I got to fix and tweak and printing them out and test fitting them, and kind of I'm doing that and redesigning some of the pieces for the Squire at the same time. So
Yeah.
and not knowing Fusion's making it really fun.
Fusion's easy. Once you get it, Fusion's one of those that it takes a little while. It took me like a month of playing with it, and all of a sudden one day I went, holy crap, this is just like drafting was back in high school.
Yeah,
I clicked in my head. I went, holy crap, I could do this all day long.
You ever watch that Lars Christensen or whatever?
Yeah,
Lars pointed him to me. I haven't. I started watching one of his videos. The problem is for me is everybody wants me to get these files done and up there now.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, they're time consuming for sure.
If I had time to sit down and just watch all his videos, and if I could get the community to leave me alone for a month, and my brain wouldn't want to do stuff for a month, then I could sit down and just watch and learn all that. Unfortunately, I've got full design going in my head, and the community saying, "Hurry up and get those Fusion files proofed." And
I find the easiest
we lost Robert again.
learning on there was like finding guys that are modeling something, like they're actually making something rather than spending time on one specific thing. So you watch them and then you can pause the video, and I don't know. I find at least then you actually make something and you're using whatever it is you're learning, and it's easier to remember that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, see, for me, the problem I have is I'm going with pre-made files, and I'm trying to go in and edit them. Some of them have history, some don't, which works in my favor because I was on a stream with somebody trying to help me out, and they're like, you should be able to click it and move that, and it's not letting you. And it's like, oh, there's no history there. I guess we can delete it and resketch it. And I sat down and I'm playing around, and my 3D builder brain kicks in. I'm like, ooh, I can split bodies on this plane. So I start slicing the piece into all these pieces, and I grabbed the piece that were left, and I was able to drag them and move them. He's like, I would have never thought to do that. I'm like, that's how you have to do it with 3D Builder.
Yeah.
And then just select all the bodies and merge them back together again. The nice thing is Fusion merges bodies back together so much better than 3D Builder does.
Oh, God, yes.
Fusion is like select, merge bodies. Boom, and it's done. 3D Builder, you're like select, merge. Go make dinner.
Yeah.
Come back. And the screen's blank. Oh, I guess I tried to merge too many pieces at the same time. Undo, select a couple, merge, go make something else to eat, come back. Oh, those merged an hour and a half later.
I came from, like, not professionally or anything, but I learned on Inventor, like Autodesk Inventor. So
which is the same thing as Fusion.
Yeah, it's the only difference is it's like you work on individual parts usually in Inventor. There is an assembly that you can put together, but Fusion is just so easy to work with assemblies, basically, like multiple parts, and it's so much easier to use, I find. And almost all of the like analytical stuff is still built in. Like you're not, I don't know, for a free program, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I'm almost willing to pay for it if I had money.
That's
the new license subscription, $300 a year.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, that's if I wasn't dead ass broke right now, I'd give them $300 a year to keep Fusion.
Yeah,
if it came down to it, I would anyways.
Yeah,
it does so much more, and Adobe, Photoshop, they whack you more than that. I mean, everybody's bailing on Adobe products because they're so overpriced, and they just raise the price again.
Yeah, and
you're leasing it. I mean, here Fusion, Autodesk is giving you Fusion for free. I don't know. I hate mortgageware, but some companies have got the pricing right. I will probably eventually pay for ZBrush when I get to the point where I'm comfortable with the one I have, that I could use the bigger full-on ZBrush, because that's not a ridiculously overpriced unit. And I would pay if Autodesk tomorrow said, "Hey, everyone's going to start paying for it," I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah, it's pretty good for what you get. I guess it depends on what they're charging. If they're charging you $10,000 a year, a little
Oh,
different.
you mean like SolidWorks?
Yeah.
SolidWorks is, I mean, in some ways, I've played with SolidWorks a little bit, not a lot because I don't have a license for it, but I mean, it does some things really well and some things better than Fusion, but it's not $10,000 worth. Everyone's like, "Oh, they'll give you personal licenses." Yes, I went and I tried to get a personal license for a hobbyist. It was $3,200 a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm not giving them $3,000 for a hobby piece of software. It's just not worth it. I mean, crap. I might have to go downstairs. It's not worth it. There's other. I'll learn Blender, and it's free. You know, I don't know. SolidWorks is. There's a bunch of fanboys, which is fine if you've been using it for 20 years or whatever. But I'll tell you what, where my brother works at a company that builds they make coin op stuff, but they don't make the stuff. They just make the coin op section. Like if you have a, Munchies machine that puts out the little bags, you say, "Okay, I have this much space in my machine. Design me the coin op thing and all the boards and everything." And they design all the boards. Well, they have 3 engineers in there that are kind of young, and they all came out of college, and they hired them, and they all said, "We want SolidWorks." That's what we learned in college. The company has Inventor and Fusion already. They're like, "Okay." And there was 2 older guys that are still doing some of the boards and the layout. And they were like, "Well, we'll use Fusion." And, they go back and forth pretty easily. You can switch the files back and forth between the 2. After about a year, all 3 of those kids said, "Dump the SolidWorks license. It's not worth the money. We're all using Inventor now."
Yeah.
They're all either using Fusion 360 or Inventor.
I don't know what Inventor is a year. I don't think it's real cheap though either. But
But it's nowhere near the price of frickin' SolidWorks. No. It's like half the price of SolidWorks. It's more than Fusion if you were to pay a license for Fusion.
I was still in
$1,200 a year for a company.
I've been in tech school, so my school provided licenses for all that stuff. So, and I think that's good for 3 years after I'm done. So, which is nice. I don't know. My Fusion license isn't personal small business. It's an educational one. It makes no difference. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I just have the hobby one, but yeah, it's just I don't know. SolidWorks and their whole payment modeling. The only thing that SolidWorks has got is 15 years being the king.
Yeah.
If they were to start right now, and it would be SolidWorks or Fusion or Onshape even. Fusion's going to Fusion already is taking over. Fusion and Inventor are taking over a lot of SolidWorks.
Well, I think Fusion understands their market. They're changing things a lot for the 3D printing community. Changing their orientation and that kind of stuff. I don't know. Yeah. They understand who's using it.
But you got to understand, we're just 3D printing is such a small little segment of their business. They're more manufacturing and the sheet metal machines and the high end manufacturing stuff. That's where they make their money. We're basically beta testers for them.
Yeah,
that's what we are.
Well, what they figured out a long time ago is kids want to learn how to design stuff. If you make the program free for the person learning, they're going to learn it. So then when the company goes, "Well, what program do you know?" "Well, I know Fusion." Now the company stopped buying Fusion. Yeah. If you're the when all the big companies are buying it, you don't get to charge the little guy for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If everybody learns it because it's free, you walk into a company and you have on there, I can operate Fusion 360 right off the bat. You don't have to teach people to relearn it. I mean, that's the big thing with these corporations. They're spending not only, tens of thousands of dollars on stuff like SolidWorks, they're spending $10,000s a year on training of their employees for SolidWorks, where almost everybody walks into a store or, business that designs stuff like that and goes, I know Fusion. You don't have to train me. I already know it. So not only are they saving money on the application, but they're saving money on training.
Yeah. I was actually surprised when I announced that I built the belt printer with 3D Builder. I was surprised nobody came to me and said, hey, can you teach a 3D Builder class?
Nobody wants a 3D Builder class.
No, probably not. I thought somebody would pop out of the woodwork and just go, hey, I got kids using that. Can you teach a little bit, do a quick little video? I'm like, but because I'm doing stuff nobody's even tried apparently with it. So
yeah, it's crazy that they're not. Yeah.
Well, it's like me watching Tanner. I have a hard time watching Tanner model in frickin' Blender because he's literally modeling what's really key for Fusion when you get right down to it. And he takes 2 hours to make a windshield that I can do in 30 seconds in Fusion. But he does good work. It's nice. And he knows what he's doing.
I mean, funny thing is I still use 3D Builder after I convert my Fusion files to STL. It's like the multi-piece ones. Instead of, because I haven't figured out with Fusion yet how to break up the individual pieces of like this hinge. How to break up these two pieces into two separate files. I couldn't figure out to do it. And I'm like, forget it. I just went ahead and saved it, went into 3D Builder and said ungroup, and I settled them and I put them at the orientations I wanted and then just hit resave, and it worked great for that.
They should have come in separate files.
What's that?
They should have come in as separate bodies, didn't they?
They did come in as separate bodies, but every time I tried, I changed orientation in Fusion and I leveled them out. I couldn't figure out how to get them at the exact same level plane. Every time I brought them into Cura, one piece was slightly higher than the other, so it wasn't starting it for a layer or two. With 3D Builder, you've got that settle command. You can bring it in there, separate the bodies, and settle each piece to the floor and save it that way. Then they're flush level on the bottom, so when it starts printing, they both layer 0.
You can resave in Cura too, though, can't you? Bring an STL in, do what you want with it, and then export as STL. Can you do that in Cura?
I've never tried it. The problem is with Cura, if you bring in two pieces as one file, they are grouped together. You can't separate them in Cura that I've ever found.
You can, but it's a pain in the ass. I've actually kind of bailed on Cura. Between Idea Maker and the new Prusa Slicer, that new Prusa Slicer I'm beginning to like a lot.
Well, unfortunately, I'm still doing half of my printing with the belt printer, and Black Belt Cura is it right now. I haven't seen any announcements from Joseph saying that he's added a belt printer plug-in to Prusa Slicer yet. So, which I'm surprised he hasn't, because he owns a black belt printer at the warehouse there. So apparently that's what he said at Murph, and I'm like, I can't imagine he likes having to still use Black Belt Cura now that he has his own Prusa Slicer. You can't tell me his guys aren't working on a plug-in to run his Black Belt.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed there.
Yeah, Cura 4.0 isn't all that great because it won't run on my computer very well.
I'm still running 3.3. I got 3.3 set the way I like it. Everybody's like, oh, there's these great new functions in 4.0. I'm like, I haven't gotten to where I need anything new. Why? And I know 3.3 is stable. I keep hearing all these horror stories of 4.0 and 4.1 and all this and that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stay with 3.3. Because I went to, what was it? When they came out with 3.4, I didn't have my CRX or the belt yet. I was still printing with all my DaVincis, and I had custom profiles created for them. And when I went to 3-4, no matter what I did, it wouldn't let me set different. No matter how I set my 2 extruders, it kept using the same offset for both. Because all my Da Vinci's are dual extrusion. If I set the left one to -9, it would put the right one at -9. I couldn't get the 18 millimeter offset between the 2 of them. So I had to roll back to 3-3, and I haven't moved forward since.
Hey, Robert, I'm going to send you a link to the mic I bought. This one right here. It's actually like a $70 mic that because it's pink, and it's not even really pink, it's almost purple. It's $27. Because no one wanted the pinky purpley one. And actually, this arm that it's on, that's the thing. I just bought a freaking extension arm and mounted it to it. The arm is like a $5 or $10 cheapo arm.
Yeah, I just got this arm for my mic, and I had to steal a wall mount from a magnifying light. Well, I'm gonna have to find a wall mount on Thingiverse or Design One in Fusion just so I can put this one back where it belongs.
What's
this
that? I was half paying attention to you. Sorry. Start over.
I said I just got a boom for my mic, but it didn't come with a wall mount. All it came was with a stupid clamp, and the way my desk is set up, I can't use the clamp, so I had to steal a wall mount from a magnifying light.
Oh, I got you.
I need to find a wall mount on Fusion or on Thingiverse or Design One in Fusion so I can put this one back on the lamp.
Well, there you go. Design One in Fusion.
Yep. I'll have to learn how to do something from the sketch up.
We got to sit down and just me and you like do a hangout and just not broadcast, just me and you do it in Fusion.
Yeah.
And just work with it, because once you get how I think in Fusion, you'll be like, holy crap, this is so easy.
Well, see, that's the biggest problem for me, and it's why I got talking with that guy Kevin that Tinkers recommended, and Midnight Giants helped me a couple times, and I can't remember the other kid that got in a stream one night and helped me too. The biggest problem they're all saying that I'm having right now is, I said, I'm trying to work with existing files, and not all of them have histories.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they were designed, and it's like
you think
if I had built it from the ground up and I had all the history saved in Fusion on, it'd be so much easier.
Dude, you don't think it's easier to just redesign everything from scratch in Fusion?
Yeah, it's almost faster, I find. If I have it, like you have the actual item in your hand, you have one where you could just, or the dimensions. You can just start from scratch and build it in Fusion faster.
You have both. You have your 3D Builder open, and you have your Fusion open, and you have your dimensions and everything right there.
Yeah, you can just transfer it over into a new model.
The problem is with 3D Builder, it's not that easy to measure stuff.
Oh, like you type in the dimensions.
You can't grab lines. You got to click on faces, and if you get a little bit diagonal, you change your measurements. And
yeah. It's that's why I had one. I mean, you have one there in your hand.
Yeah,
right?
I'd have to be sitting there with my caliper. Then you're playing on horizontal deflection and everything else. And yeah, like I said, the nice thing is I figured out enough. I think I can pretty much go through all their files now and edit them. Like, for example, let's see. I think I threw the other one away. I don't know if you got to see it or not. I was printing out the idler that they designed, and I don't know how well you can see this. They weren't paying attention, and they centered the holes on this axis.
Yeah.
The problem is where the extrusion goes in, it's not centered. It's offset by meters. And they missed that, and I'm like, hold on, there's no way the extrusion is going to sit in there. This is where I figured out that, I can slice it this way, and I can grab these and pull them, and then I can... The nice thing that I can't do with 3D Builders, I can click on each one of these holes and say, move it 3 millimeters this way, relocated everything and reprinted it, and hey, look, everything fits perfect.
Yeah.
And the The other thing I was able to do on this one is I drop in 2 nuts from the back to hold the pulleys in place. Well, whoever originally designed the file wasn't thinking, and the nuts would fall way past where the bolt would be, and you'd be sitting there rocking it back and forth, trying to hit it perfect. Nice thing with Fusion, I've already figured out how to do this, is I was able to import the nut from McMaster car, put it in there, and bring the stop up right to the perfect spot. So when you drop them in there, they're lined up with the threads right off the bat.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Welcome to Fusion, man. That's awesome.
The only thing I worry about is everybody's like, dude, do you have a full assembly? Do you have a full assembly? So once I'm done fixing all these files, I got to figure out how to take all 200 pieces of this printer and put it together inside there.
That's a piece of cake.
I don't think I'd do that.
But if you needed to, though, it'd be a piece of cake. Like you can align, you can flip. I don't know. If you figured out how to make that moving joint on that hinge, it'll be a piece of cake. Like you're basically doing the same thing, but I mean you have 200 parts. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I find when I start doing assemblies, that's when it makes my little Mac Mini here choke. There's something high. You know, it takes a lot of processing power or something.
You use that, Carl. You use that inspect tool at all in Fusion? Like not just for
I've been finding my measurements is with the inspect.
There's an analysis one there too.
I use that all the time.
Yeah, like the sectional analysis or sectional analysis. Then you can like see inside parts, I guess.
Yeah.
You click on the face that you want to get rid of, and then you pull your arrow down, and you can see. So you can work on parts that are behind other parts or hidden by other parts.
Yeah. I use that all the time.
Yeah,
How do you switch to wireframe? Because like I was sitting there trying to line up that nut. The only way I was able to get it to go to wireframe was to select the nut and make it the active item. And then the problem is I couldn't turn that back off once I was done. I had to delete the nut out to get it to go to where it wasn't the active item anymore.
Shouldn't have had to do that. That's weird.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't use wireframe like ever anymore.
Well, I wanted to be able to X-ray through it so I could see as I was moving that wall up to stop the nut.
That's where you use section analysis for.
That's where you use that section analysis rather than turning it into something else. Like if you have Fusion loaded up there, just make an empty cube and check it out. Like it's pretty.
Unfortunately, right now I'm compiling my next video. I don't dare open up Fusion.
Yeah, I'm opening it right now. Yeah. I'll show you. Dude, it's so insanely crazy easy.
I'm hoping streaming isn't messing up my next video.
It'll just down.
I should sit here and watch it and do nothing.
Okay, we'll blame Tom if it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all my fault. All right, here you go, Carl. This is so stupidly easy. Let's have something that I might want. Okay, let's go with the fan duct. What's this? Let's say I wanted to like see inside this fan duct, like down in here, Carl.
Mm-hmm.
I select this. Go to, now I got to remember where it is.
It's under inspect.
Section analysis.
Yeah.
Watch this. Whoops. Yeah, it's acting slow, but you just cut right through it. See that? And you can actually leave it, do your work. Oops. Turn the analysis back on. Do your work, and then all you gotta do is hit the little light bulb over analysis, and it pops in and out.
And you can keep moving that however you want. Yep. Like if you have let's say 3 cavities in a part, you can move where that, or you can have multiple ones. You can cut
I got 3 here.
Cut it 4 different ways or whatever.
Okay.
See how
that's the only way. That's the only way to do stuff that's kind of hidden from the outside, and it sure helps with your camera view rather than, having to zoom way in and get underneath the part to.
See how that works? I mean, it's incredible, and you can do it up or down. Like if I wanted to do it from the bottom, the only thing I've noticed is you can't like grab a curled face. It has to be a flat face.
I'm pretty sure you can grab a plane though too. Like,
yeah, you can. but now I can just slide it up and down and look inside anywhere I want. And again, I could just hit OK, and I can add something here if I want. I can work on it. I can do whatever I want. I can start a new section and just do whatever I want right in here. Section analysis is just like really, really super awesome once you get it.
Yeah, I don't know, that kind of stuff there is like, I don't know, it changes how you design almost.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And there's so many tools. Even I've been using Fusion for years and years. I don't know if you can see it back there, but that whole printer back there is all redesigned in Fusion. And same with this, the Frowning. I redesigned that all in Fusion. And I'll tell you, almost every day I find some new little tool or a little gadget or something inside Fusion. And I'm like, whoa, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like, man, I wish I discovered that a year ago. I'm constantly discovering new things you can do in Fusion to make it faster, easier, better, whatever.
Like, I'm still just figuring out the basics. The thing I liked is when I did the first night, I took in with 3D Builder, I had to sit there and take each angle and do a slice and put it at a 45 and count so many arrows down to put chamfers on every side of it. I had to keep turning it, slice it, turn it, slice it, kept removing bits to get the angles on it. Yeah, I put nice round fillets on this piece. Just, I think it took me 30 seconds.
Yeah, click. Did you know you can pick in that fillet tool, you can click the plus button and you can select, so you can have 2 different size fillets. So right now, like let's say on that, you have 4 sides that you want fillets on, at say a 1/4 inch round, but you have other fillets that you want at an 1/8 inch fillet. Rather than have 2 fillets in your history, you can add, you just click the plus button and it lets you have a whole another section of fillets, I guess, within the same tool. So if you want to make any adjustments later on, you just have one fillet action to go back to.
Hey, I gotta kill this because I gotta go feed my parents. So I'm gonna stop the broadcast. If you two want to stay in here, I'll leave the hangout running.
I'm going to go grab something to eat then.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're around later, Carl, we can get back on and do a hangout and just, play in Fusion. Whether we broadcast it on YouTube or not, it's up to you. But if you want later.
All right, well, yeah, we'll see what's going on. I spent most of the morning editing my next video, and it's pretty much wiped me out. But we'll see. Maybe go watch some TV for a little bit and rest. I'll be rejuvenated.
I'm on my own here the rest of the day, so no kids, no wife. I'm free, whatever.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kill it. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Gonna try and do it again next Sunday. I was kind of hoping somebody would take over the stream and do, same thing Fun in the Country Basement does, but whatever. We'll try and do it again next Sunday if they're not broadcasting. They're gonna take the whole month off, I think, right?
Man, how dare they? They think they get a vacation?
It's all right. Hey, I don't care. Anyways, you can come watch it again next week on my channel, or maybe I can get somebody else to do it on their channel and spread it out a little bit. But we will hopefully be back next Sunday.
All right. See ya.
All right, take it easy.
You guys want to do any outros?
What? That'd be professional.
Okay, forget it. Not broadcast.
See you guys.
All right, killing it.